Unless you've been living under a rock this week, you may have noticed that Alpine's plans for 2023 have gone out la ventana. Alpine is now shattered, with Fernando Alonso moving to Aston Martin for next season, and then young gun Oscarpiastre turned down signing with the team after they'd announced that he would be their new driver for next season. So how did this come about, and what happens next for the team that currently only has Esteban Ocon signed for 2023? I'm Ollie Wilson for GPFans, and this is our special around the week that has been complete madness for Alpine. How they lost Alonso. When Fernando Alonso joined Alpine to make his Formula 1 comeback last season, it was the beginning of the French manufacturer's 100 race plan to reach the top of the sport. The two-time champion therefore set off to complete Alpine, the motto that has stuck with him for the past 2 seasons and has even adorned the Alpine rear wing. Heading into the summer, both parties seemed happy to continue with each other, as attested by the comments from both Alonso and team principal Otmar Szafnauer over the Hungarian Grand Prix weekend. But Alpine CEO Laurent Rossi's apparent plan to shuffle his Spanish driver towards the company's World Endurance Championship hypercar program from the 2024 put a spanner into the works. This idea would have seen Alonso moving away from F1 well before the 100 races of Alpine, around 2/3 of the way through. With this perhaps in mind, Alpine is believed to have offered only a 1-year deal to Alonso, with the team holding an option for a second year, while the Spanish driver preferred a guaranteed 2-year deal. Enter Aston Martin, who had just found out that they would be losing Sebastian Vettel at the end of this season after the German announced his retirement from the sport. Alonso shocked Alpine and the rest of Formula 1 by announcing a switch to the Silverstone-based team Aston Martin on a multi-year deal. Aston Martin is also on a similar 4 to 5 year path towards the top of F1 to that of Alpine and Alpine. The switch caught the French constructor off guard, Szafnauer only finding out through the press release that announced Alonso's departure to their rivals. The star attraction had slipped through Alpine's hands, but fear not, there was a ready-made replacement in Oscarpiastre waiting in the wings. Piastri's stunning statement. Oscarpiastre has long been a member of Alpine's academy, and with it became the first driver to win 3 successive junior Formula Championships, with wins in the Formula Renault Euro Cup, F3 and F2. It was a surprise that Piastri wasn't on the F1 grid this season in any capacity, given his outstanding talent, and throughout the early parts of the year, the Australian has been linked to Williams and McLaren for potential vacancies for 2023. But with Alonso's shock departure, the door to Alpine F1 was suddenly wide open, and the team confirmed Piastri the very next day after Alonso had announced his move. The knee-jerk nature of the announcement and suspiciousness of not including any quotes from Piastri was confirmed, however, when the driver denied having signed a contract for 2023 and insisted he would not drive for Alpine next year. So why was the young Aussie turning down the dream move? Well, announcing a driver with no contract in place is poor form to start with. Further complications arose with the details of Piastri's contract. It is understood the team had to take up its option with him by July 31st, the day before Alonso's stunning switch. With Alpine on July 31st seemingly locked in with Alonso, Piastri and manager Mark Webber were understandably touting his talent elsewhere, and as per Szafnauer, obstacles for the deal to promote its reserve driver stemmed around talks with McLaren. It is likely Piastri has a deal of sorts in place with McLaren, signed or not, and will fully believe his contractual obligations with Alpine would have allowed such talks to take place. With this in mind, the decision to announce Piastri without a contract in place is a significant move by Alpine to try and gain a legal high ground. So what now? So where does Alpine go next? The team may fight to secure Piastri's services, but it's hard to imagine morale being boosted through the organisation by employing someone who clearly doesn't want to be there, and any attempt to keep its driver will no doubt result in a legal battle. If Piastri does jump ship, which seems likely at the moment, who will fill that vacant seat? Well, Danny Ricciardo would be the obvious call. The fact of the matter is And as it stands, Alpine have gone from 3 strong drivers to just 1 for 2023 in the space of 2 days this week. The team has gone from El Plan to El Loco.